Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, original crew, man? We're back today, man. We got a Luesta. We haven't did one of his videos in a while, seems like, right? Yeah, it's been a minute since we did a Luesta video. Today's video, the rapper who killed 11 people. All right. That's the topic, huh? Hey, with that being said, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you gotta do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like it with a thumbs up.
And we'll highly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel and haven't already, make sure you hit that sub. Subscribe to the channel, man. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it.
Reputation has always mattered in hip-hop. If you say something, there's a sense that you need to be able to say it verifiably. But it seems like this is only unique to rappers. After all, it's not like anyone asked Freddie Mercury of Queen, Tom Jones, or Johnny Cash if they really killed people when they claimed they caught bodies on songs. Yet, in the warped world of drill music, the more dirt you do, the more lucrative your rap career becomes. However, there's two sides to becoming infamous. Because while it may bring you success in the short term, the notoriety of being a famous shooter makes you an even bigger target in the streets, and might mean that you aren't around to savor the work you put in to make your life better. And for this Chi-Town gangster, he was too far gone to ever be redeemed. It's your boy Luesta, and this is the horrifying story of Bloodhound Lil Jeff, the drill rapper.
You want me to tell you what it also is? It's like in this generation, you know what I'm saying, of everybody who's rapping, everybody wants to talk about how they about their life. Back in the day, you had some people talk gangster rap. Everybody didn't have to be a gangster rapper. You know what I'm saying? You know, some guys even had a little edge hardcore, but they didn't have to be like, I'm out here catching bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, I'm with the crew, I'm with the gang, but my gang might be doing stuff, but it's not that I'm doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like after, I'm gonna just be real, after King Von got on, everybody felt like they had to have a body and they had to, you know what I'm saying? After like the glory, because a lot of people saw the glorification Von had, right? And a lot of people felt as though like, you know what I'm saying, I gotta be about this, you know what I'm saying? Like Push Shiesty, Push Shiesty do stuff. You know what I'm saying? But he more of a, you know what I'm saying, shiesty, you know? But even back in the day, like you had a Soulja Boy who was super successful without having to do crimes. Migos super successful without having to do crimes, you know? You can go even further beyond that. A lot of rappers were successful without having to do crimes. Ice Cube, one of the most successful rappers of all time. He might come from the hood, but like they always said, Ice Cube he was a smart dude. He knew how to rap. He knew how to he was a poet at first. And he just knew how to put it, you know? So you don't I don't understand the notion of this generation feel like I gotta be a killer just for my rap lyrics to, you know what I'm saying? Or honestly, with that being said, are you even a good rapper? Dude?
I was gonna let you finish, but I was about to say that. I'm like, are you a good rapper? Or do you really are you good at what you do without talking about catching a body?
Honestly, I'm gonna be real though. A lot of people who's trying to rap this generation are not good rappers. It's just a money ploy. It's not people have passion for the art. It's not people that are actually good at the art. It's just the fact that they want to make some money off of it. And the internet be hyping people up, and I'm just like, bro, But
if catching bodies is all you can talk about, then find something else to do, because that ain't it.
True.
Who took out 11 people before passing on in just as violent a fashion himself. Raised by a single mother in Chi-Town, Jeffrey Harris never had it easy. In fact, he was almost capped inadvertently at the age of 14 when his house was shot up due to his older brother's own gang ties. Meanwhile, his father, who wasn't around, allegedly had ties to 068 C Block. Hailing from 79th Street and Maryland Avenue on the east side, this is Black Disciples territory. And eventually, Jeff threw caution to the wind when his dreams of basketball were over.
I was 16. I was trying to play basketball. Nah, but that's around the time I ain't make the varsity team. So at 16 was when I was realizing this shit real. I don't know what the I'm gonna do. Cause after that point, it's like once you don't make that team, it's over.
Left with no direction, he soon found himself in the waiting arms of gang life. Founded in 2015 as an offshoot of gangs known as Braindead and Drill City 079, Lil Jeff swore allegiance to the Bloodhound crew when he hopped off the porch at the age of 18. Pitted against enemies like BKN, Trap City, 800, and the 8-Tray Mob among others, Jeff put the same level of dedication he once gave to his hoop dreams to terrorizing his ops. From his earliest days as an affiliate, he flagrantly waved guns, bragged about robberies, and insisted he wasn't scared of anyone. Without having any genuine commitment to the cause, this certainly wasn't the case with Lil Jeff. In fact, he didn't even seem to care if he got imprisoned, considering he literally attempted a drill on IG Live.
That bitch tweak.
No, you did.
That bitch was just tweaking.
Despite his young age and lack of experience, Jeff quickly became a key player in the game. The turning point came when his close confidant.
And another problem is these are who a lot of these young people look up to, and they be dudes that's like 2 years older than them. I ain't never looked up to no nigga that's 2 years older than me unless he was like on some sports shit. Yeah. And they were like already on varsity or something. You like, all right, I'm trying to work, you know what I'm saying, so I can get on there too. But on some street shit, I ain't never looked up to no nigga that's 2-3 years older than me. You want to be like the nigga, like you 15, you want to look up to the nigga like 25. Is that who really getting some money or something? I ain't looking up to no sucker in school with me. Right. Bro, we going like what we looking up to each other for? Now we might be homies, but I'm not looking up to you. Yeah. Like you not treating me as like, oh, you motivate me, bro. We on the same level. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the reason why a lot of people ain't being properly guided. Mm-hmm. Even when the streets, if you're gonna do some street shit, there still need to be guidance. That's like in a society we were brought up in with the street. There was still guidance out there. There was still people who like, hey, little homie, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you the smart little homie. Yeah. You don't need, like, them niggas ain't gonna be shit and like, we need you to do something. Facts, you know? Facts. You had dudes on the street that would talk like that. Facts. Nowadays, I don't think they got that. One reason why, they don't make it to C30. They dying.
Yeah. Sadly.
It's crazy.
Experience, Jeff quickly became a key player in the game. The turning point came when his close confidant Z-Money was taken out in what was believed to be a backdooring hit. This killing shattered a decade-long truce between Bloodhound and Trap City, igniting an all-out war. For Jeff, this was a pivotal moment, the point where he officially declared open season on his enemies.
I'm taking the killing school. Class start next week. You gotta at least have 2 bodies though. For I ain't coming with no. If you ain't got shit, I can't work with no beginners for. You gotta at least have a 2. I'm gonna give y'all 2 minimum. I'm gonna start at 2 minimum cause y'all know why I'm gonna start at 2 minimum. Now I'm just doing it for a tradition. I'm gonna start at 2 minimum, man. 2, you gotta have a minimum of 2. No, anything, you gotta have 2. You gotta have a minimum of 2 of them bitches. To come to school, you gonna sit your dumb ass in this seat and whatever I say, do it. If you do anything scary, bitch, I'm smoking.
Within a matter of months, Jeff would allegedly rack up.
Yo, how old was, I know somebody watching this right now that know. How old was he when he died, bro? Let me know in the comments. But Lou Ace might say it, but let us know.
10 bodies, even commemorating this grim milestone with a tattoo. Some of their identities are still debated, with names like Lil Gutta from Hit Squad, Clay and Crew from 8-Tray, and a 33-year-old known as Black from the Evans Mob, frequently mentioned by so-called Chiracologists. However, there are some that Jeff did his utmost to prove that he did, while stopping short of handing himself to the cops. First off, there was the murder of Trap City's Leal. In June of 2023, Leal got into a lift on the 1300 block of West Taylor in Little Italy when Bloodhound pulled up and unleashed gunfire, leaving him dead on arrival at the hospital. In the aftermath, the driver Robert Smith opened up about the horrendous attack.
Smith says he hit the gas when someone standing outside of the car started shooting. He rushed going to the hospital where he was pronounced dead.
I was running stop signs at intersections to get away. So at one intersection, I had to stop because there was a car coming through, and then I turned to him and said, "Hey, I'm going to take you to the hospital." And he said, "Okay." Then the next time I stopped, I had to stop at a light because there was 2 cars coming through the intersection, so I couldn't run it immediately. And I looked back then, and he wasn't moving anymore. uniform.
Although no arrests were officially made, Lil Jeff hopped online immediately to claim responsibility.
Go ask the ops that Michael Drake put shit in park. Go ask my ops that Michael Drake his ass ain't making fuck. Go ask my ops that Michael Drake his ass ain't get out that car. You know that? I was right there, you know that?
And from there, he continued to antagonize his foes by reenacting the scene for his own amusement.
Go, bitch, we set shit up. When I ran up on that car, his ass was up and he...
While this brutal crime cemented his reputation, his most infamous act came on January 26, 2024, the double murder of 2 high school students, who go by the name of Montario Monty Williams and Robert Lil Rob Boston, which were both members of rival gang BKN. Reportedly, the tensions were prompted by an attempted robbery that he escaped.
Have someone ever tried to take like some of your belongings from you?
Now listen, I ain't gonna lie. A nigga did run off on me before. I will tell you that. Niggas did what they did.
What, he zeroed you on the move or something?
Yeah, basically.
That happens to the best of us, right? We done all been finesse.
Yeah, his ass ran off and it wasn't about shit.
We done all been finesse, bro.
It a little shit.
That's what comes with the streets.
Shit wasn't about nothing at all. I'm talking about at all.
Believing BKN to be responsible, Lil Jeff swore to get his revenge. On that fateful day in 2024, Monty and Lil Rob were outside Innovations High School when masked assailants hopped out and let off shots. After they were both hit multiple times in the chest, Monty and Lil Rob died at 17 and 16 respectively. These killings shocked Chicago in terms of both the scale of the
You remember?
Oh,
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
that
yeah.
situation?
Yeah.
Oh, that it just like it literally just.
I was about to pause it and tell you, like, I showed you
Because when
the
he
video.
said 16 and 17, and I was like, high school, and it clicked. Everything.
Remember they were outside
just,
school?
I processed and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, because I showed you the video.
That's
We
crazy.
saw the video when it first happened.
That's crazy.
broad daylight assault and the age of the victims.
Under this CTA elevated platform near Wabash and Washington in the Loop, where police say 2 teen boys, a 16 and 17-year-old, both students at Innovations High School, were shot and killed, fear piercing through the busy midday.
We was supposed to get out of that for 12:50, and then they started shooting. They was like, can't nobody go in, can't nobody come out.
It happened shortly before 12:30 this afternoon.
You know what's so crazy about like a lot of these shootings and situations? Y'all are trying to shoot people when innocent bystanders or innocent individuals is around.
Care.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like y'all don't give 2 fucks, but it's like
It ain't like it. Like well, or me, whatever. I be saying is like I just feel like it's nothing. Well, never mind.
no, just say.
I was just gonna say it's nothing how like it used to be. People been doing stuff for ages, but I will say
You used to try to go get your target. Like if you got a target, you
like,
go get your target.
Oh, you other people around. Okay, I'm gonna be cool. I'll catch you another time. Oh, women around. I'll catch you. Kid, you got your kids with you. I'll catch you another time. Now these folks do not care.
Just say how you feel. Just
I'm trying to.
She said she want to say these niggas don't get.
These little niggas don't care at all. Like, and it's sad.
Beyond sad, man.
Police say 6 students were walking out of the school after classes were dismissed when a car and SUV, both dark in color, pulled up.
And a group of individuals exited said vehicles, fired multiple times, striking 2 of the teenage students of Innovations High School.
But for Jeff, it was just another thing for him to boast about.
I feel if I get mad enough, the shit will start happening. I went black for like a week, and poof. Gotta go after that one. Poof. I came back. Poof. I don't let them niggas though.
Elsewhere, in his newly launched rap career, Lil Jeff made reference to turning Za into Za, referring to another moniker for Monty.
Bitches wanna eat dick cause they know I smoke out. We really spank shit, turns out into za. Damn.
Suddenly, Jeff became a rising name in Chicago, and as he transitioned into music, his notoriety only fueled his buzz. But with his growing legend came an ever-expanding list of enemies. While he's often recognized as a rapper, it's important to note that Lil Jeff's music career was incredibly short-lived. His earliest tracks like Can't Beat Us only surfaced about 2 years ago, but with his name now carrying weight both in the streets of Chicago and on Reddit as an active shooter, his Stepping in Blood mixtape soon got immensely popular. Soon enough, he was getting calls for interviews where he became cryptic about the exact activities he was up to on the streets.
Cause they said Bloodhound Lil Jeff got 10 bodies. I said, okay, well he can't be in Iraq then. This nigga must be, you feel me? In the UK. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to get to know the Bloodhound Lil Jeff story today. Can you start by telling us where you from?
Chicago, you know, east side of Chicago. East side of Chicago.
However, it's clear that he leaned into the image whenever he got the chance.
So, okay, so you got this reputation, man. You got this crazy reputation.
Shit.
Feel me? How do you move through Chicago? Do you feel like you probably got a target on your back?
Hell nah, these niggas scared, man. I'm outside every day, they ass ducking. I never see people on live dropping my low, showing their ass where I'm at. We be outside every day. I be from up everywhere you could think of.
Soon, Lil Jeff's legend continued to expand, with speculation growing that he wasn't solely active in Chicago. In both his own music and that of his allies like Lil Scoom, there were lyrics hinting at him and Q50 operating as hitmen.
It's wild. And then the even more crazy thing about Jeff and Q50 is that, you know, allegedly they were doing hits for money in another city. So there's a whole bunch of lyrics that they've got talking about, I'm in Milwaukee taking hits for hits for paper, doing hits for change. And only since my documentaries came out, there's been a new theory on Reddit that there's basically was a triple homicide in Milwaukee that people are saying, yo, this is the one where Jeff and Q50, they were paid to kill one guy and they ended up killing 3 guys. And then there's a bunch of lyrics where Jeff and Q50 have these little bars where they're talking about my first hit was a 2 for 1. I'm in Milwaukee doing hits for the change. My first hit wasn't a regular hit. It's actually crazy. These guys are taking it to a whole nother level and you can tell that they idolize Von.
As wild as it sounds, this theory was backed by Jeff appearing in Milwaukee rappers' music videos, along with artists like K-Rax paying tribute to him on Instagram.
Free bands for life.
Although he believed the city was beyond saving, Lil Jeff insisted that no matter how much success he gained as a rapper, Chicago was the only place for him as long as he had unfinished business.
How can we make Chicago a better place?
You can't. This shit f***ed up. Yeah, that's how. If you what you could do for now is just mind your business and just that's it. Just stay in your own lane. That's all you could do. But it's f***ed up. I ain't this shit f***ed up. You just gotta get the f*** on. If you can move, go ahead and get the f*** out of here.
Yeah, I know you aspire to move one day once you.
No.
No?
I ain't ducking my shit, boy.
Then you wanna stay?
I love the rap and bustin'. I'm gonna move one day though, but not right now.
Yeah.
I got shit going on.
But no matter how ruthless he seemed, Jeff wasn't as cold-hearted as he made himself out to be. Beneath the tough exterior, it was clear that he was self-medicating.
What's on your mind, see?
Nothing. I don't know.
A lost generation.
I really just be like,
It's a bunch of lost motherfuckers got another lost motherfuckers, so all y'all gonna continue to be lost.
I don't know what's on my mind, honestly. I got a lot going through my mind. I'm just trying to process everything. But I just be wondering, like, how... In my head, honestly, I was like, these folks, like, super cold-hearted. And then soon I was thinking that he was like, well, he's not as cold-hearted. And I'm like, well, you read my thoughts. Because I'm really, like, I really be like, you have to be, like, a cold-hearted person to just be, like glorifying, like taking people's lives, and
that's this next
I'm
generation,
doing this,
though.
that, and the third.
You seen it, but you've seen it firsthand from this new generation.
Yeah.
So, honestly, something mentally wrong with these little motherfuckers.
Facts.
Y'all need to start taking a lot of these kids to therapy starting probably at like 11, 12. Like,
no lie.
And figure out what the fuck is really wrong with it, especially when you already start to see certain behaviors. Go ahead, get them on. What's the spot we got back home? Pathways? Because I don't know where everybody.
I don't know what everybody, but yeah.
But what spot we got back home called Pathways? Go get them a mental evaluation check, and then they need to be on medication. Put their little ass on medication.
And then I was thinking,
but I'm not a pro medication person, but some of them need it though.
And then I was even thinking, like, with him making a comment, like, you know, if you can get out, whatever, if you move, go ahead and move, whatever. Sometimes, firsthand, because we talk about this, sometimes that don't even help for real, because you have those situations where you move your kids out the hood, you move them from where you came from so that they can do better, but they find a way to go to.
But and
I guess you have to move them out the state.
No.
What?
Because I know what instance you're talking about. I don't think in that situation you got far away enough.
And I think that's what it is. Like, you really have to, but even like...
You have to really like, just... I'll say this. Hold on, let me just piggyback off you real quick.
Yeah.
Just moving to the
city near
the suburb. No, the suburbs.
Okay.
Suburbs.
The suburbs.
And the next city from you
It's not far enough.
It's not far enough. When I say relocate, I mean another state. Even if you're gonna stay in state, move hours away where it's not an easy commute back.
But this is what I'm saying though. I do agree with that, and I do agree with that most definitely.
A car ride is an easy commute back to the hood. So if I want to just call them up, 15 minutes, yeah, we can come.
No, I agree with that. I hope I do. I agree with that, and in that situation, yeah, that y'all didn't move far enough, right?
Yeah.
But there's gangs everywhere. There's hoods everywhere. There's violence everywhere. So if that child is really, because we got online, we got social media, everybody online looking at the next person, glorifying what the next person do. Ooh, like you said, looking up to people 2, 3, 4 years older than you. That what are you really doing? So now you getting up there trying to find something to get into.
But say for instance, in the situation we was talking about, if they relocated here, I don't think that still happens.
Okay, true. I agree with that.
Up here, yeah, it probably some crime going on. I ain't too privy because I wasn't a kid when I relocated here. Mm. But as an adult, it ain't like back home.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's way, way, way more suburban. Especially being on this side or a couple other sides. It's super suburban. You ain't finna go do it.
Because back home, you have like the suburbs or whatever, but it's not like here. Yeah. Like it's like just, okay.
Here, suburban.
You know, but it still be people that stay, you know, their parents got, you know, decent jobs or whatever, and they was able to, but it's nothing like compared to here per se. So yes, I do agree.
But in that instance, these kids grown now.
True.
And again, like I said, they ain't looking up to nobody, so they don't see nobody say, "Hey man, you got to relocate." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody they look up to is still the people, same people on the block. Folks, yeah. And these people on the block ain't got no money for real. Because if you got some money for real, why you still on the block? Let's be real, like the low budget trappers are on the block. The nigga they get their work from, they're not on the block. They in the suburbs. They in the nice homes. They driving a nice car. They might ride through to check on that shit, but they're not posted up. Mm-hmm. That's who you look up to. If you're gonna be in that life, you look up to the ones that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking up to no worker. I'm looking up to the boss. You said, she said, I ain't looking up to nobody but somebody with some education and some sense and that's doing something with themselves. I feel you.
As cold-hearted as he made himself out to be, beneath the tough exterior, it was clear that he was self-medicating to cope with the trauma of his lifestyle. At one point, he was even seen snorting a perk mid-interview.
Now I see you over there, you getting something together.
This ain't about shit,
Yeah, which I'm not gonna show.
Seeing he was on the fast track to destruction, some interviewers, such as DJ U, attempted to advise him. But being young and reckless, he wasn't really trying to hear it.
If a student graduates from this school, their future probably not looking too bright.
What you trying to say?
I'm saying there's only two places they can end up being.
Not looking bright.
I mean, I don't know if you graduate from the school or not. I don't know.
It's like, man, just look, is my future looking bright or not?
But I'm just saying, if you graduate from a killer school,
he trying to say my shit ain't looking bright.
No, you're a rapper, so your future looks very bright. But if a young man go to a killer school,
and that's the thing on some real spill on the DJU side, you seen it happen, bro. Mm. You literally was Von DJ. You seen firsthand what this start. Like I understand, you know what I'm saying. This is your city though. This is your environment. This is where you start being real with these folks. Be like, nah, your future ain't looking bright. Just be real, bro. Like, and tell them, like, I don't mean you no harm, but I've seen this.
But it's not.
I've seen this, and I know how it plays out. And I just want to be upfront and honest with you. I've seen it happen time and time again, and I don't want it to happen to you. Yeah, you can have a bright future, but the path you living and going down right now, no, you don't have a bright future. Just be real, bro. Fuck how they feel. They're going to feel how they feel regardless.
They're going to feel how they feel regardless. And 9 times out of 10, be real, say what you got to say. But
I'd rather be honest with you.
I'd rather be honest with you and to know, like, I tried. Let's just leave it. I tried.
And it went in one ear and out the other.
No, you're a rapper, so your future looks very bright. But if a young man go to a killing school, you know,
become a rapper and have a bright future. See, there you go, bingo.
Money and be wealthy.
Exactly, you could do a lot. Listen, that shit come with more. Listen, there's a lot of shit behind the scenes that I can't tell you, and that's why I'm trying to skip questions, cause I can't trying to skip the question.
Right.
Get the fuck on from this shit.
Besides, Lil Jeff had a pretty cynical outlook for someone who was barely even old enough to drink. For one thing, he was scarily at peace with the prospect of his demise, but the alleged mass murderer claimed that if he did go down, there'd be vengeance.
They say I'm dead, tell them to get back. Oh no, they still finna go spin for me though. They still finna spin for me. That boy hell got caught in rap, bad or not. But say he still finna go spin for me. Whoever did that to me, we spinning on y'all that.
Throwing away souls like dirty napkins is crazy. Talking in pre-death is wild. At least he was prepared to go. Clearly, Bloodhound Lil Jeff wasn't scared of going down in a blaze of infamy. In fact, it appeared that he felt there was no way around it once you entered that life. In this sense, Jeff shared the same mindset as one of his rap idols, King Von.
Somebody kill somebody, everybody got family, somebody relate to him or somebody cool him, you kill him. Now everybody that he was close with is trying to kill you. It's a never ending, or they gonna let's kill somebody close to him.
Right. Hey, how does that end? How y'all stop that?
It don't stop until everybody, all the people that playing the game, it's gone. You see what I'm saying? It's the last man standing. It's either you gonna be in jail, you gonna die, or you getting lucky around this bitch.
Primed to keep pushing as long as he could, Lil Jeff would...
But that was truth, though. Ain't no killing without killing, right?
Yeah, start somewhere.
And at the end of the day, when do it stop? It stops once the person feel like they didn't got the person that they deserve it. Like when it's that environment, that's the mindset and environment. Until, like he said, all parties that's a part of are gone. That's when everybody that did something to somebody gonna constantly keep going. Unless they did her in jail.
Never back down nor retreat. So when things went left, those in the know saw it as a foregone conclusion. Inevitably though, if you knew Jeffrey, yes, inevitably. And sure enough, in the same year that he was catapulted to fame, Lil Jeff would be taken out of the picture. Considering how much dirt he did in the streets towards his rivals, Lil Jeff was already firmly on their most wanted list. But the situation escalated when he was caught in Trap City during an attempted drill. After chasing his enemies into their own territory, Jeff stormed into a house, aiming to take out an op, only to catch a bullet to the chest. And although he was rushed to the hospital, it was a little too late, as he was pronounced dead on arrival. The crime scene noted that a male victim, John Doe, was near a sidewalk when he was struck in the chest by gunfire. The victim was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. There are no suspects in custody. A large number of shell casings were located at the crime scene. Lil Jeff was gunned down at just 21 years old, and for his enemies, his death was a cause for celebration.
They say they chop that brain.
Hey, twig.
Hey, overpaid that. What you want? Can't eat this shit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, yo.
I gave you that. Hold on. I gave you that. All right, bet. Pop that right now.
But to so many others like FBG Young, it was a case of a young man striving to be something to the extent that it killed him.
I feel like they die out faster because they just jumping into something they don't know the steps of it. They just like, okay, jumping in and go off to diss songs and still gotta catch the bus or still gotta ride and catch the Uber and
yeah.
Stuff like that. So they don't really know, like, a lot of things can affect you with going that route, especially when you ain't got everything taken care of already. You still a kid. When you first starting off anyway, you still living with your mama. You probably ain't got no money. You gotta take these buses, you fucking with these hoes that fucking with these other people, so it's all stuff could play out, but they not knowing this at the time though.
According to Chirac experts, the death of Lil Jeff was linked to the attempted setup of a man named Trap City Rob.
You can see on the video somebody outside like talking to their girlfriend or, you know, talking to a person who they just interacted with. And you see him run down and chase the guy in the house. And then you see him flying back off the porch. And then you hear do 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 do. and the paperwork can say he was hit 19 times in the chest area.
He was shot 19
times. And that's how I think they grabbed Rob for the murder, because it's overkill. It ain't self-defense 19 times. Clearly see on camera that 4 dudes is waiting outside basically to ambush them. Like, I don't think he should be in jail, but in Chicago, they lock up the wrong people. They let out the wrong people, you know, and it's just crazy, man. But Rob, he's still up in there. He's still up in there, and he got charged with the murder of Lil Jeff.
Rob was recently picked up for the murder after a witness allegedly placed him at the scene. In a bizarre twist, cops had to use 2 sets of cuffs on Rob's due to his sheer size. But with a lack of solid evidence, he was ultimately released. Rather than boasting about—
You think he should have been charged?
What?
Have you ever like
the video? Yeah, I have. I can't remember, but yeah, I'll try not to like remember stuff like that. But what evidence did y'all have other than an eyewitness? Because we all know the eyewitness.
You got it on camera.
Y'all seen his face? Like, it's.
He talked about it. He.
Well, then if that's the case,
he openly admitted that he was on the porch. They ran up. Shooting.
You said
he returned fire and he popped him.
Well, then if that's the case, then yeah. Like, when did he admit it on this? Or
he's done several interviews.
Yeah. Y'all using folks' lyrics to lock them up. Use it in interviews.
I'm saying this guy right here on the camera. You say he should.
If he's openly admitted that he did it,
why do you think he should be? You standing on the porch, right?
Oh, you asked. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Because my
you standing on the porch. Somebody running at you to shoot. Somebody running at you shooting
then it's
at you.
Self-defense.
You
it's self-defense. That's what you're looking for. It's self-defense.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's self-defense.
So,
I don't know who was shooting first. That's why I kept saying that. But what you keep asking me, because I know how you operate, then yes, it's self-defense. Then no, he shouldn't be charged if that's the case.
But I also feel like you shouldn't be going out like having.
But don't boast about it either.
And that's what makes you look more
because
guilty.
It could have been you.
And that's what makes you look guilty.
I'm not gonna say it make you look guilty, but like I said, I feel like people glorify that shit too much, and y'all want to feel like something because now I got a body, or I done did this, or I killed this person, and it becomes that type of thing. Not necessarily that I feel like you should be charged because you boasting about it in a sense, but I feel like people do that because they want to like it's. I don't know. I feel like it's this feeling that they get. I don't know what.
The only thing I would have said, like I think in this situation is. If the homies came, like, man, bro, just say, hey, bro, I did what I had to do in that situation. Because you ain't like you can't pop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like anybody in that situation, if you got a firearm on you, would have done the same thing. Like, I'm not just about to stand there and let you take my life.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real.
So it's kind of weird for you to go out and try to boast about it and try to get some fame and popularity out there.
Yeah, I think that's weird, but yeah.
About it, he seems more focused on moving forward.
Go ahead, yes.
He told me I don't want to talk.
You don't want to talk?
Yeah. I trot Rob. What you on, gang?
What you on, gang? You know, shit, we coolin'.
Yeah.
We right here talking.
As for Lil Jeff's fans, they simply saw it as a case of squandering the potential he had. He jumped off the porch at 18, which means he had nothing to do after high school but hang with the wrong crowd, and went hard in the streets to catch up or prove himself. Having a name as an alleged killer and definitely a robber while moving around like that is like having a death wish.
Also, back in the day, you used to have those who shot, those who robbed. You ain't the robber and the killer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had the stick-up kid. The stick-up kid, they robbed, right? That's what they did. You had the trap niggas. They sold their weed, you know what I'm saying? They sold whatever they sold. Everybody did something. You had those who would fight. They was the fighters. But then you had those, like, you only call on them for desperate need. And they come with the strap. Not everybody, you know what I'm saying? That's how real things used to operate back in the day. From my understanding, from people I surround myself, everybody didn't do everything, but hey,
But while most normal people saw him as someone who simply squandered his potential and fell victim to the streets, so-called Chirocologists praised him as a legend.
Is the legions of kids on Reddit who are really like worshiping Lil Jeff for the amount of murders that he was apparently able to.
Jeffology? Yeah, there's a Jeffology.
They have a Jeffology
subreddit.
They're calling him J-Roy, which I was very into that. And one of the most damning things is like this series of emojis that he would put in his captions, in which each different emoji seemed to.
It'd be so weird seeing suburban ass motherfuckers like. And when I say suburban, he does live in the suburbs now. Don't be. And I know somebody. You shut the fuck up. But people who never like went through this get so excited about reading and learning about this. You know what I'm saying? It's like they be overly like, oh, because they know they don't have to live it.
Reference a different person. So like a lot of people have seen this like really traumatic video of basically these two high school age kids. They got killed in Chicago. It's been alleged that Lil Jeff was the one who took them out.
As for his homies, the world essentially stopped. In a tribute post, Lil Scoom89 couldn't believe what happened to his fallen brother, saying, "I love you. I'ma be with you real soon." A talented rapper.
Life and death
is in the power of the tongue. I don't understand why y'all. I
So
don't know,
dumb.
man. This is just so
dumb.
In his own right, Scoom had big plans for life beyond the shy.
Where you want to be at age 33?
Somewhere in Europe in a big ass crib with my wife and kids. So not worrying about shit. My first goal now is get away from him for period point blank. Like I already don't be in this month. Like what's the point of living here for? Shit, I want to have kids, gang. Ain't gonna lie, folks. I don't get no. How tough you is on my dead cousin grave. What a real nigga scared of death and fucking jail. My cousin grave, don't let no nigga tell you they not scared of that shit.
But tragically, Scoom wouldn't get a chance to achieve any of that. Instead, he barely lasted a month before he was ambushed and murdered while simply trying to get a haircut. And with that, Chicago Drill was relieved of two of its biggest prospects for the future, leaving a glaring hole in the scene.
I feel like if they had some real guidance in their life, like motherfuckers who's really standing on them high, motherfuckers be standing on me and how I stand on my artists, and I feel like Lil Jeff and Lil Scoom, them little
I don't think they ass had no guidance either. Like a lot of his generation died, lack of guidance, and so him speaking the way he's speaking is still y'all didn't have no guidance. You trying to speak like, oh, we had guidance? No, y'all didn't. Y'all did have no guidance, bro. Y'all was just out here moving, you know.
Yeah.
Y'all guidance was guys a little older than y'all.
Niggas would be, they was something to work with. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, they the new generation.
But by the sounds of it, all that despair hasn't stopped 079 Bloodhound from staying active. According to Traplor Ross, their homie and fellow rapper Q50 has recently picked up where Jeff left off. He also argues that if Jeff had survived, he would almost certainly be behind bars by now.
You know, Q50's still out here. He got arrested for a little.
It's crazy how a European nigga want to come over here and talk about everything in America. Like he knows just all this American shit. Like I ain't grew up, and just we don't talk about what's going on in the UK with all the stabbing and shit they got going on. Hey, to each his own.
Period of time, but he got let back out, and he's just out here, you know, navigating the streets with supposedly with 8 bodies. I don't know how he's not in jail. It's actually kind of baffling, this whole situation. I think if Jeff was here, he would definitely be in jail, facing really serious charges for a number of bodies that he'd allegedly committed and claimed. Those guys made it really obvious for everyone, you know.
In a rare interview, Q50, who spent time behind bars for firearm possession, insisted that he's still pushing on for his brothers in every way.
Okay, how did Lil Jeff and Scoom impact your life?
Alright, so I ain't gonna lie. When I lost my big brother, I ain't gonna lie, that shit, I'm gonna keep this shit a buck. Cause I ain't no more, you know, I ain't no lying ass nigga. That shit hurt me. That's my big brother, that's my everyday nigga. This, we the same nigga, we the same brain. We think like, you know what I'm saying? We do everything together. This, when I'm downstairs sleep, this who coming downstairs, he don't get no fuck if I got a hole in the bed. He gonna come downstairs and wake me up just cause that's my big brother. Can't no any nigga just do that.
Already reeling from the passing of Jeff, he claimed in a moment of real vulnerability that the death of Scoom was the last straw where he was taken away.
Lil School, that was my heart. Cause Lil Bro, the thing y'all don't know about Lil Bro, he had a sweet soul. Lil Bro always smiling. He bring a smile out of me, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like when my little brother died, and it was a month after, I took that shit. I ain't gonna lie, I had to take a minute, like, you know what I'm saying? My big brothers, they had ended up just putting me where, like, not no hospital, nothing. They just put me in a different spot so I could get my mind straight and don't move off emotion.
Later, he revealed that the loss of Philly's YBC duel affected him as well.
He doing this shit genuinely. He didn't want to fade out of nothing. Folks, I ain't like, we barely, when me and Duel get on the phone, we barely even talk about music. It's about how I'm doing right now.
That's fire.
How I'm holding up. If I need anything, don't let my nigga.
In a surreal moment which depicts where we're at with drill, YBC Duel was also a collaborator of Lil Jeff and Scooms on the track Long Live Jeffrey Dahmer. Now 7 months on from those visuals going live on YouTube, every single one of these artists has passed on. With the story of Lil Jeff, you see where the worlds of rap and the streets get far too entangled. These days, the more real life dirt you've done, the more it boosts your career. And for Chicago OGs like Tay Savage, who can see how much havoc it's wreaking, hip-hop needs to move on from that era of IG live taunting and dead op dissing.
That's telling. That's motherfucker always talking about telling, that's telling.
Like
Try snitching, you telling on yourself.
But it's not really, okay.
You selling your soul, trying to hope a label gonna catch you or something. Like, alright, now it's cool, like, okay, I can get you probably, like you say, it's art. So I can get you maybe, alright, it's this little stigma right here, let me play on that. But when you talking about real work and you saying like shit that's open, I'm talking about like shit that, come on bro. I get you need some type, like a certain type of image to be the type of rapper that trying to be or whatever, but that's telling. You doing all that police shit, all that, that's telling. But when you just on that motherfucker just straight out, oh yeah, we did that, we smoke, cause yeah, nah, that shit goofy, I ain't gonna lie.
Because when that becomes commonplace, it'll no longer yield the same kind of star-making quality. And so, they'll always have to up the ante, and that is a terrifying thought.
And there's gonna be another motherfucker that's gonna wanna beat Lil Jeff.
Yeah.
So he gonna be like, okay, damn, Lil Jeff snorted that on there, what can I do? Shit, I'm gonna throw somebody off a bridge on live.
Despite how Reddit portrays him, he wasn't just some video game character. He was a real, albeit dangerous person, and to friends like JB Bin Laden, his loss was deeply felt.
When did you meet Lil Jeff?
I really like his big brother. That's my best friend for real. I know him since he was like really like 6, 7.
What's he like growing up as a kid?
Folks a badass little kid for real. He's a sneaky badass little kid, you know, bro. He'd be like sneaky bad. Everything he did for real, he excelled in that shit.
You got funny Lil Jeff stories?
This one when he was a little kid. Back then we used to have little socks, shit, you know, bro was a hooper too. Put his socks on, the little hoopers, elite little Nike socks. Them bitches was there. He'd be mad as hell, face red as hell.
Yeah, that's some real little brother shit.
Long live Lil Jeff, man. Long live School, man. Long live LA, man. Free for now, man. Fuck the ops.
And unfortunately, the war that took his life and countless others shows no signs of slowing down. Recently, JB Bin Laden and his crew barely survived an ambush at a recording studio, an attack that happened while they were being filmed for a documentary by Brandon Buckingham.
These are the final moments I filmed before we exited the recording studio, and were met by 6 masked gunmen who emptied over 60 rounds at us at close range, injuring 4 people.
The shooting happened right outside of Studios. As a matter of fact, I want you to come take a look at this. One of the bullets pierced this door, and that's not the only one. We found a shell casing on the sidewalk, the same sidewalk where 4 men were shot.
And in the process, a cameraman was struck in the jugular with a bullet, narrowly escaping.
Well, there's blood all over me. Did I get hit? Or is that my hand? Did I get hit? Oh fuck, did I get hit? Did I get hit? Oh, I got hit.
With promises of new posthumous music from Bloodhound Lil Jeff in the works, it's clear that his legacy will live on. But he could have been so much more. Not to mention that if he never got caught up in this life, as many as 11 others might still be alive too. Stop the violence. It's your boy Luesta, and if you guys want to see more videos about the dark side of hip-hop, you can click one of the videos on the screen. As always,
most definitely stop the violence, stop the nonsense, stop the stupidity, bro. And at the end of the day, all y'all keep telling on yourself, or getting people that's gonna tell on you to do, like, it's just a bunch of stupid shit, bro.
Facts.
But hey, the dummy fools always go down, right? So
yep.
It really don't even matter,
That's
man.
sad, bro.
It really don't even matter. Eventually, one day the dummy's gonna always crash.
Like, when do y'all get tired? When is enough enough?
It's just the same old story.
Same old story.
Just
different
a different day.
day.
Yeah. And a different character to play.
Yep.
Hey, man. Y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Tierna Cups.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my promise. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my promise.